It goes from being Victorian to sci-fi.
Hey Rockstars, it's Amara. Today we're talking about throwing a day-long party. Before we get into it, the mandatory stuff. If you like the idea of having an event that is different than the way parties usually go or kind of pushes the idea of what a party can become, go ahead and like this video. Hit subscribe so you're part of the next adventure. We do videos Fridays here on Amara in Seattle. It's the idea of lifestyle as an adventure. So I worked in an area in Seattle called Pioneer Square, kind of the historical district of Seattle, for about 5 years now, and I recently left that position. And in leaving that position, I decided that I would throw a party in that neighborhood. I'm leaving Pioneer Square and I have a lot of friends here and a lot of businesses that I love and places I haven't checked out, and that's what we're doing today. And instead of just doing it by myself, because it was the last hurrah with a lot of coworkers that I love, I decided to throw a day-long party. It's a day-long pop-in party. The idea being that people can come as they want to. It's kind of a come as you are situation where you take a really long chunk of time. For this case, I believe it was from 8 a.m. and went until about, I want to say like 11, midnight-ish. So this is tips for throwing a day-long, on-location, pop-in party. So let's get to it. Tip number 1. So the big thing about planning a day-long party is the agenda. That's like the big thing you've got to figure out. Now in this case, I knew I was going to be in a specific neighborhood, so I chose a number of things that I had never done before that would be fun for me, that I'd always kind of intended to do and had never done. This is the Marriott in the Alaska building. And then I also chose a number of locations based on variance in cost. Okay, so now we're gonna go to the Klondike Gold Rush Museum. And we're going here because it is a free thing in the city, but it's a thing a lot of people haven't gone to. That is a great resource to take advantage of. If there's something that is low cost that people always intend to go to but haven't, that is a great place to add it into your day-long party. So consider that. Here we go. I didn't want to create a party that would be something that people who showed up had to pay for every time we went somewhere new, but you also have to take into consideration the fact that people need to eat. So there's like a balance that has to happen. I didn't want to do any kind of crazy catering, so there was none of that, but I did want to make sure that I offered my friends opportunities to get food along the way. I chose one location that was a little more on the spendy side, and everything else was either free or it was in a location where the cost minimum was like a cup of coffee, something kind of reasonable. And the biggest tip I have is to make it clear where you are and what you're doing while you're there. I used a Facebook invite for that. I think it's a really useful way to work with Facebook. It gives people a place to interact with it even if they can't actually attend the event, which is nice. Tip number 2, one of my little favorite things to do is to create something that helps you document the event itself. I like to create some sort of hashtag or way for people to share what's happening at the event. Hey guys, so now we're doing a photo walk, and it was just a way for the people who are part of this pop-up event to be able to share pictures on, you know, Instagram or Twitter. But I also feel like it's a good binding source. What changes a thing from being just an event into being a party is often these little like tweaking details. And as a result of it, you get to see later if your friends upload pictures. Tip number 3, pick a location. Usually you think of a party and it's like at a house or at a fixed event space. But if you're doing a 24-hour party, what you need to really choose is like boundaries for your location. Give people a sense of theme by giving them a specific area. In my case, because I live in a city, I chose a neighborhood, but moreover, I chose a walkable neighborhood. Pioneer Square is kind of a nice, flat, like easy walkable area. That was a perfect size venue for a party where there was still stuff to explore, but there was also the ability for people to land in the entire neighborhood and still be able to make it to the party.
There she goes, and here she is.
If you live in a smaller place, you might want to just choose a couple blocks, or if you have a specific location in mind or a thematic location.
It goes from being Victorian to sci-fi.
Victorian sci-fi, that's my genre.
She's going in. I don't know where she's going. Well, Amara is gone. We're gonna just take a look at this wicked clock.
Tip number 4. In the case of something that's a pop-in party, I think one of the greatest things you can do is like invite people from different parts of your life and give them the opportunity to meet each other. In this case, I invited coworkers from the job that I was leaving, and I also invited a number of friends that I have that I thought would think a day-long pop-in party might be something fun to go to.
She's on the first floor of Seattle. It's where all the cool kids hang out, all to the rats.
Oh man, it's not K-pop.
It's not K-pop. That's true. We don't do K-pop in Seattle. We do C-pop. Oh, it's Jim. Ah.
No.
And Dean, or is it Santa? No one knows. And then Serena's here. She was just in the underground. Woo! Jim is back. Thad has appeared. As is Michael. You guys know Michael. There's Michael. They have coffee. Amara does not. It's okay. I had enough coffee today. Oh, Danielle came. She's here.
Party! I love when my friends become friends with my friends. I love when those things like tie into each other. And I also think that doing that allows people to have the opportunity of a special new event where they make a new friend. So mix up your people. Tip number 5. The last tip is roll with the punches. Things are not gonna go the way you anticipate or envision them in a party, period.
I feel like I'm in an episode of Supernatural, and my name is Amara. And look at this. Found this symbol. If you guys know what that is, let me know. We found this thing. It was just sitting up here. Also, these guys.
A great example of something that happened here that there's no real way to anticipate in Seattle is it rained. Now, to be fair, if you live in Seattle, you should know that it's gonna rain sometimes. But it was unexpected that it would rain in the middle of the party, and a lot of it was photo walking. So suddenly we were doing photo walking in the rain.
It's raining in Seattle. And we were doing photo walking here, so now we're doing photo walking in the rain.
Which means you need to pop into places, keeping everyone comfy. People aren't gonna stay somewhere they're uncomfortable. So roll with the punches. In this case, it became a photo walk in the rain with little stops.
Anyway, we're in the pergola.
And rolling with the punches will also mean that you have the flexibility to work with what happened. Pioneer Square's in the middle of this big like construction boom right now, and in the middle of it, we saw these giant like warp pipes. They look like warp pipes like out of Mario video games. Parajetta and I decided immediately we needed to go pretend to pop out into Seattle through like a warp pipe. So that's what we did here.
Like a pop-up.
I even might have found a turtle. Let's see.
Amara is about to pop up.
Okay, we're gonna go before the cops come. That's After Effects. Like a year. This year. I do want to see it. I think there's a turtle. I found a turtle in the underground. No, it's in the pipe, in the warp pipe. Oh, a turtle to the Mushroom Kingdom, like a Koopa. Anyway, we're gonna go. Found an A, kind of. My favorite letter. Guess why? 3 of them in the name. And then there's 3 channels.
Amara Not in Seattle is a travel channel where we get lost in travel, and Amara in Seattle Vlogs is the vlogging channel.
And you should subscribe to all of them. Oh my gosh. Amara in Seattle. All over the internet.
Amara.
Subscribe. Also subscribe to Danielle's channel.
Yeah, do it!
Parajetta. It's fun.
Link down below.
Oh yeah, it is.
Thanks so much for watching Rockstars Best Adventures. It's Amara in Seattle. Top of the Space Needle, rain falling down. Shh. Aha, you're clever. You've made it to the end of the video. First, there's a bonus question. You could afford to throw it anywhere in the world. Where would you throw a day-long party with your friends? I'm gonna do a bonus pop-up party tip over on my Facebook page. That's Amara in Seattle on Facebook. There's gonna be an extra video for the end of the year on this channel because I like to wrap up a good year of YouTube with an extra video. See you then, and then after that on Friday. Woo! Do 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 do. Do you guys like my new phone case? Do 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 do. Mwah.